right, buckle up because this next topic is a doozy. Back in 2017, one of the most searched terms on Google was polyamory. If you've never heard of it, it's basically a relationship that includes more than just one romantic partner. At the same time, the wild thing is all partners involved know about each other and are damn cool with it. And here to share a little bit about their unique dynamic is Alex Porter, Shalon Porter, and Chantel Brown. Glad to have you here on The Factor Uncensored.
Thank you.
Alex, you're in the middle. So
Yes,
tell
sir.
me what's going on here with this trio.
Oh, well, this is my wife, of course, and this is my girlfriend. And we are polyamory. We have a relationship that we all know about, We actually have a family all together that we are developing. You know, we've been doing this for going on 3 years now. You know,
And so how long have you and your wife been married?
20 years.
20
Going on
years.
to 21 this year.
Now, if you could, you'd marry her, but that's not legal right now, right?
That's not legal. That's why it makes it polyamory.
Right.
Now, polygamy is also a form of it, you know, where you have a man with two wives, and that is the goal, of course. You know, I want to have her married, and you know, Utah just recently passed where they're decriminalizing polygamy.
Right.
You know, so everything is in the process. That is the goal overall to actually, yes, make us one big unit together.
Shalon, so what do you think about this? Who brought it to whom and said, let's do this?
I actually brought it to him and told him I would be willing to have another female in our relationship. And it was just based off of watching TV shows, actually. And I was like, you know, I would do something like that. The husband and wife brought in another woman, and I was like, I like that. They're a throuple. I would do that.
Now, are you all sexually active together, like you and you,
No.
or
No.
just, okay, explain it to me then.
So romantically, Alex and Chantel are together, and then me and Alex are married, and then me and Chantel, we're more platonic sisters.
Okay, got it.
So
got it.
we run the
sister wives.
household, we make sure everything is taken care of. If I can't get it, she gets it, and kind of in that order.
Okay, and so how did you come into this relationship, and how were you open to it?
Well, it was not the best start. It was infidelity. Me and Alex, we did have a relationship outside of their marriage, and it basically happened like that. It fell into that. He brought it up, and of course, it wasn't in the way that it is brought up. It was, oh, well, you might be meeting her. Oh, well, and I'm like, okay, well, who am I not to want to meet a woman that it's been rocky. I've been with her husband. So we sat down, we met. We did
But
not
Shalon,
initially.
you had to have some anger in the beginning, though, right?
Like at any point in time you find out your spouse is cheating on you. I went through all my emotional roller coaster, but once I realized that him and her had built a connection and that they were still speaking to each other, I was like, well, I want to meet the person who you have brought into our relationship, you know, me unknowing, but I'm still willing to get to know her because I know it's not her fault that he wasn't honest with the both of us at the beginning. But I was willing to, you know, open up my home and meet her.
And so now you're expecting, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I am pregnant.
And so how are, I guess you're all right.
Yeah, most definitely.
That was something that we spoke about when she first came into the relationship. I told her, I was like, she didn't have any kids. I have 2 kids. And I told her if she was going to be a part of our family, I wouldn't want to take that ability away from her. I think every woman deserves the right to be a mom. I want you to be able to feel that. I want you to be able to be at your fullest potential of being a woman. And that is the most beautiful thing about being a woman, is having a child.
And when people think about a relationship like this, we think everybody's in the same bed. Do you have a separate room, or do you all sleep together in the same bed? How does that work?
We're all in the same
all in the
bed.
same
Really?
Yeah, it is hot in the middle. I'm
Yeah,
going to
but-
say that. I'm about 2
It
separate
really is.
blankets. I can bust it open and just be like, look, I can't do this. No, but we do sleep in the same bed. Now, there are those because a lot of people, when they think polyamory, they think of this, you know, one man, two females. But polyamory breaks into so many things. Like I said, it also falls into polygamy, which is two things of polygyny, where it's a man with two wives or multiple wives, let me say it like that. And then there's also polyandry, where it's a woman with multiple husbands. Now, when you go back to polyamory, the dynamics open up so far to where there could be 4 people in the relationship, 2 males, 2 females. It could go into a solo poly to where you have multiple relationships, and it's all about having consent, open things. And we do have a big community here in Houston at the moment.
We're going to talk about that when we come back. Terribly interesting conversation. We're going to continue. We got to continue this. We'll be back.
You're watching The Isaiah Factor Uncensored.
I'm back with the Porter family, and they're opening our eyes to the world of polyamory. They've also brought their kids on. Now, polyamory is a non-monogamous relationship made up of multiple people. We have them here on the Factor Uncensored. The kids are here. So when Chantel first came into the family, and you guys are older kids, what did you think about that? That your dad brought another woman home and your mom accepted it?
Well, at first I was kind of like, who is this lady? Like, what's the relationship going on here? Because it really wasn't discussed between me and my brother. She just like appeared in our house one day, and I was like, who is she? Right? I was like, who is this lady? Right?
It was kind of different. It was like being in the house with a stranger, because it's someone you never really met before, you've never seen before. It was the first time meeting them.
Mm-hmm. And now she's treating you like a son, saying, wipe your face before the camera. Does it feel like a mom? Does it feel like a relative, an aunt? What does she feel like to you guys?
To me, she feels like another mother, basically, because she does take the step and the initiative that, say, my mom can't give me money or something like that. Chantel's there for that. She's fully there. I don't know how to really explain it, but she is there. She takes the mother role on.
And what about if your classmates at school ask you what the hell is going on at your house? Do you even share that? Do you even get that question from any of your classmates?
Yeah, I get that question sometimes. And sometimes it'd be hard to explain, because like I'll try to describe it to them, but they won't fully understand.
And what about you?
Oh, when I would explain it, the girls would be like, oh, that's cool, and the guys would love it. They'll keep asking questions. I'm like, do they sleep together? What goes on? Like, what do they do?
What do I put in the application? So to hear them say, you feel like a mother to them.
Oh, that's amazing, because I don't have kids right now, so that was one thing that I worried about, just coming in, because I put myself in their shoes. So just coming in and being a person that did not have them, did not raise them, was not around them through their upbringing, I wanted to know how they accepted me. So just hearing that they accepted me as their own that's amazing. That's a great feeling, because I took them in as my own. So.
And of course, for the viewers who are just joining us once again, they were married 20 years. Then you came in 3 years later. You've been here 3 years now. And there's got to be some negativity you have to deal with this out in the community. People have had to say something, because you know how people are.
You do take a little bit of negativity, you know, because it is something a lot of people say, we can't do that. I can't believe you're doing that. That's just,
stupid.
You know, y'all stupid, y'all nasty.
That can't
it's
be
just,
me.
you know, it's so much. Couldn't be me. You do get that out there in the community.
You get berated, you get belittled, you get called every name in the book that you could possibly think of, that other than your God-given name.
Mm-hmm. And so how do you deal with that?
Because we have a great support system. Like the community right now, it is growing.
Either one of you, any of you, left in tears when you first started this situation from negativity?
Oh
from
yeah,
people?
many and plenty of times.
Tell me about that.
Like when I would speak to coworkers or just speaking to my family in general, and they would tell me how I was just settling and that I wasn't living to my fullest potential. I should be with someone who should only love me and be with me, and that I wasn't being valued in my relationship. Of course, that hurt my feelings. It made me feel like, wait a minute, am I looking at myself as a lesser person? But then once I came back and I spoke to them about the situation and telling them what other people were telling me, I realized Chantel had as much love for me as she had for him.
And really quick, we're out of time. There is a group you guys are part of. Where can we find out about that group really quick? Black_Poly_Nation. We are a big community. They do got a big event coming down in May. There's going to be a 3-day fest. You know, so everybody that is polyamorous is coming to Houston to actually enjoy the city, enjoy each other, actually learn. We have workshops. Tickets are on there. Contact them. And, you know, it is something to come out and enjoy and actually learn about. All right. Thank you all for joining us and for sharing your story. We'll be back after this.